There's been a lot of talk in the news lately about food coloring additives. I'm not here to tell you that they're safe or unsafe, but I am going to explain to you a little bit about how the colorants are used in our foods today. I have here with me FD&C colorant blue number 1, and I also have red 40. And I have an ingredient list, and you can see on the ingredient list that they're using yellow number 5 and 6 and blue number 1. And when we mix those colors together, we get green. The first thing that we notice with blue is that it's not actually blue. It's more of a purple color. Next, we notice that the granule size is very small. We take this granule over here to the scale, and we see that it is so small that it doesn't even register. The next thing I want to show you is how this mixes with water. So I'm going to take that granule and I'm going to put it in a jar, and you'll notice that the jar is pretty good size. This is a quart size mason jar. And I'm going to start off pouring water in very slowly. You can see that I poured just a very small amount of water in there. And you can see that that is very blue. And very dark blue. And I'm going to keep pouring the water in so that you can see how it dissolves and disperses throughout the water, and how much water I'm adding to keep that color. And you can see I'm actually at the top of the jar, and it's still very dark blue. Okay, I'm going to take that jar and I'm going to just pour it back in here. And I've still got quite a bit of water left in the bottom. Oh, and look at that even. There's still some that hasn't dissolved on the bottom of the jar. And you can see that's quite a bit of water. Okay, so I've gone back over and I've filled up the water jar again using the same granule that was in there that I just showed you. And I'm going to pour it in again. Okay, and you can see that same granule is still stuck to the jar. Using that same quart jar with the same blue granule, I've refilled. Whoops, I made a mess. And you can still see that there's a small amount of the blue granule. And if we turn this pitcher around, I've got a gallon of blue water. I don't have a pitcher big enough to keep going to see how light we can get the blue, but we see that 1 granule of blue food coloring makes 1 gallon and even more of colored water. So when we're looking at the ingredient labels, and we see that blue number 1 and yellow number 5 are down towards the bottom of the ingredient list, we know that the amount of blue and yellow to make this green is really not very much. 1 granule and 1 gallon.